I started sewing when I was about 5 years old. My mother taught me to sew, and I think it was just a natural thing to me. She just really encouraged me when I was a little girl to sew and to make things. So I made doll clothes and then later sewed for friends, and the year I started my business, it was mostly out of necessity. I thought, well, I know how to sew well, so I'll start a sewing business, doing alterations, repairs, custom orders, like anything that needs to be sewn, I'll sew it. The first year I was in business, I started making hats, and I just love making hats, so it kind of evolved from there. Now, like, I do mostly hats, but I do a lot of historical clothing and costuming as well. When I do visualize something that that I want to make, I don't do drawings like a lot of designers will draw things. Well, I'm a terrible drawer, so it kind of goes from my head to the fabric. That thing of, like, I just did a play, and the stage manager asked me, well, because I was doing the costumes for Romeo and Juliet, and they said, so are you going to have sketches? And I said, no, I don't do sketches. They kind of goes from my head to making the product and kind of skipping that step in between there. I think I'm theatrically inspired, and I'm a little flamboyant. So I was an actress in a theater group for probably 8 years, and doing costume work, but also as an actress. And I love old styles and historical clothing. These hats I have here called the bomber hat, and well, these two are kind of my ladies version, although I've sold them to men as well. This one is the one that's more the man's version, that just has the front flap. It's got like 6 triangles, and then it's got 2 pieces back here for the ear flaps, and then it has another 6 pieces in the lining inside, and a piece of fur in the front flap and underneath. So it's, and then of course these are considered parts too, the straps that tie it on your head. I use a lot of real fur, but it's all recycled, so I buy coats and things and I cut them up, but not everyone will wear fur. So I do them in faux fur as well. And often I use wools. I love using wool for a lot of different hats. The hat on my head is called the John Cabot hat. This one was inspired because I got a commission to do it was 500 years since John Cabot had been here, so I was asked to do costumes for reenactment they were doing. And so I researched, I discovered then, and only then, after I grew up living on the Cabot Trail, that John Cabot was not English. He was Italian, and his name is Giovanni Caboto. And so when I was researching for John Cabot, that's when I discovered he was Italian, and so I researched Italian Renaissance, and then I came up with this hat, which is the Giovanni Caboto John Cabot hat. And then I kept making them because I thought, like, I'm on the Cabot Trail, it's a great souvenir. So I've sold hundreds of this type of hat, and they are fashionable and functional. You know, I try on every hat I make after I make it, and seeing people in my hats and seeing how good they look and how certain hats suit certain people, it's very rewarding.